Everybody loves a good show, and the after party is where we tap in and celebrate that show. Imagine that life is the show.
Join us, Tam and Portia, at the after party where we'll celebrate life. The good, the bad,
and the ugly. This is where things get real, because that's life, and we're going to keep it real.
If you want to laugh and cry and be real, this is the show for you.
Come party with us.
Hey, Tam.
Hey, Portia. Hey, party goers.
Hey.
Welcome back. Here we are again.
Here we are again. Okay.
On this healing journey.
Yes. And tonight is a special night. Okay. And as we record this podcast, this is not an episode about mending broken friendships, but rather learning to characterize them and put friendships in the proper category or perspective and coming to terms with the breaks and healing the hurt associated with it. So grab your drinks and tap in
with us.
Yes.
Listen, the cocktail of this episode is none other than a skinny, frozen margarita. Cheers! Clink, 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 clink. Listen, grab y'all drinks because we about to get into it.
It's so good.
That's delicious. I did such a good job. Listen, guess who came to party with us? Y'all, we are super excited for this guest. Y'all, get ready. Welcome, 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 Sky Madison. Hey, Sky. Hey, friend.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, friend.
I made it, Mama.
Welcome. We are so glad that you were able to do this. I mean, who else would we have done this episode with?
Who else? Like, what are we talking about?
Thank you. I'm so honored y'all asked me to be on this episode because I love you guys. You are my friends.
Oh, we love you too.
We love you too. Period.
To the bitter end.
To the bitter end, for real. Okay.
Me and you, us never part.
Period.
Listen, y'all know what time it is. It is now our karaoke break. And la la la. I see you, Sky. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I've seen you around for a long, long time. I remember when you drank my wine. She's like, what? What happened? Listen, we can drink each other's wine because why not? We're friends.
You said we can drink each other's wine. I said, and no, we can't because I know where y'all mouths been.
This is an episode about friendships, right?
We have a guest at the vendor table. Someone near and dear to my heart. My sister, whose business is Thomas Train of Love, TTOL Wedding Plan Services.
Yes.
Check this out.
It is time to party. Let's get right into the episode. I hope you all have your drinks. Sky, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's get ready. Understanding friendship stages, the 4 stages of friendship. First, it's important to get a basic working knowledge of how friendships develop. Good friendships don't just happen, and they can't be forced to develop quickly. All relationships progress through stages. You may not have thought about these stages in the past because they just show up naturally over time, often while you're unaware. In childhood, school systems have a way of moving you from one phase to another.
But now that you're an adult on your own, you're going to have to be much more intentional. And this basic understanding will be foundational for you to have social success. The 4 stages are 1, acquaintance, 2, peer friend, 3, close friend, and 4, best friend. Let's take a closer look at each one, okay? Get into it.
Let's get into it. Acquaintance. All friendships initially start out as acquaintances. This is someone with whom you share and know public information or facts about. You may interact with them, but don't really consider them to be your friend. It takes just a few times seeing someone to consider them an acquaintance, but that person may or may not move past this stage in your association with them.
2, peer friend. This is someone with whom you discover common interests, activities, and concerns. You may even learn a little about each other's goals, wishes, or opinions. It takes some time to develop the status of a peer because it implies that you have encountered a person on numerous occasions and have some type of involvement with them. As you discover who does and who does not share your values and goals, it's natural for fewer people to progress past this stage. Okay?
Close friend. A close friend is someone you would consider part of your inner circle and with whom you share some similar life goals and values. These are people who know the most about your life and have likely been through a few ups and downs with you. Close friends are generally those you see and talk to the most often.
And lastly, it's the best friend. Okay, that's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Go, best friend.
Uh, okay, a best friend is someone with whom you have built a strong level of trust and could share almost anything and everything with. Development of a best friend relationship takes time and experience together. It cannot happen overnight. It implies a commitment to support one another and requires honesty, loyalty, and discretion from both parties. Okay?
Discretion is key.
For real. For real.
For real. So listen, an acquaintance is like a seed. You know, you plant lots of them in the ground, but you really don't see or know which ones will sprout and which won't. A peer friend is like a small sprout. They all start off as acquaintances, but now they are visible above ground. They are not mature plants, and not all of them will survive the weather, pests, and other challenges. A close friend is like a strong growing plant. You invest more in these relationships and you water and feed and care for them, but not all of them will advance past the next stage. A best friend is a fully mature plant that gives a crop of more seeds. Strong and healthy, they withstand the test of life and stand out above all other plants. Knowing where to place your friends can help to heal or protect you from potential hurts.
Yes.
I want to talk about this because I thought that it was important to talk about this because a lot of times you have these friendship hurts and broken friendships because you didn't know in the beginning where to place these people in your lives. So I thought, let's like really break that down so that people can better understand and know where they should be placing these people in their lives. So Sky, is this a lesson that you had to learn or is this something you've known for a long time?
Well, me, myself, never had a lot of friends.
Okay.
even when I was young, I was the only child, and I played well by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've had plenty of acquaintances. I've had plenty of peers,
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, things like that. I've had maybe a handful of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I wanted to add, I think there's also one more category of friendship, family. So you have people that are your friends that become your family.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that ranges on your list, but I think that's very important because I've had some friends that have literally become family.
That's good. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Let's add it to the list. Portia, what about you? Have you had these type of challenges knowing where to place people in their proper categories in your life?
Yes, y'all already know because y'all my friends that I want to be friends with everybody and I want everybody to be friends. So it's not even it took me some life lessons to learn how to properly place people opposed to just calling somebody my friend right off the bat or thinking they're my peer friend or whatever. I need to place them in just the acquaintance category, right? Stage. And I've been learning that a lot lately, these later years. And I'm just like, girl, everybody can't be your best friend. Everybody can't be your, close friend. Like it's levels to this.
Yeah.
And just because you may see somebody as this does not mean that they're categorizing or putting you at that stage for them. It has been a learning curve for sure. I'm still willing. There are new friends in my life, and I'm still willing to make more connections with people as I go through this life.
For sure. I think I've suffered this problem a lot over my life. And I'm just now figuring this out over this last couple of years when I've had some friendship breakups that I finally realized maybe I didn't put them in their proper place in my life. I gave them a lot more credence than they even deserved. And that's okay. Like, our time was great together. There's no love lost. It's just not what I thought it was. And of course, when I first realized it, it was very hurtful. But
Absolutely.
but now it's like, the Lord sometimes separates you and move things out of your life so that you can move along and find your people. Because if he hadn't moved those people out of my life, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd still be talking about doing this, but I would not have yet seen it come to fruition. And I wouldn't have met you, wonderful ladies, my new sisters. So I think
Yeah.
that, it was a hard lesson at the time, but now that I know, like, I didn't even think about all of these different categories. You would just be my friend
Yep.
or my best friend. Like, it was really just those two categories for me
It's just that
for
simple.
years. Yeah. And now I'm realizing it's not that simple. And to your point, everybody cannot be your friend. Like, it's okay if you don't mesh well with people. Like, everybody that love you ain't gonna love me, and vice versa. And we ain't all gotta be friends. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No love lost.
No
And
love
back
lost.
to Ty's point with the family, I think family, that category can differ between peer friend and close friend and best friend, right?
Hmm.
Because some of your close friends, you may not talk to them all the time. You may not,
Hmm.
and same thing with your best friend. I mean,
Hmm.
it looks different for everybody, but it's like when y'all do connect and y'all do talk, or when you really need them, they're there.
Hmm.
So I think it can feel like a close friend is family. Your family know them. They done been around. They come and
Hmm.
support you, celebrations, whatever, sad moments, they're there. And the same thing with a best friend. Like, so I think the family can, vary between there.
Yeah, because even some of your family, you're not as close to some of your family as you are with your best friend or close friends, right?
Yeah.
So certainly that's a great point and something that I certainly didn't consider, but I'm glad you brought the point up, Sky.
I have a question for you, Sky. How many best friends would you say you've ever had or currently have?
I don't have any best friends.
Okay. How many?
I consider y'all sisters. And the reason why I say I don't have any best friends, or I don't have a lot of friends, that's a lot of commitment. It's a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Is that title or stage? I don't want to say triggering.
But is it?
But
No,
is
it is because
it loaded? Does it feel heavy?
it can at times, especially if your friend is heavy, and so you may be having a horrible day, right? And then that friend is having a horrible day. You want to be there for your friend, but it's a commitment. It's like, I have to be there. What does she need? What, putting yourself aside at times because you are so committed. Any relationship, you're going to have, some type of commitment. You're going to have issues with a commitment. So there may be a time where you and your friend are arguing and you're like, dang, I'm not, is it that deep? But it do be that deep.
Do be.
And then you have to check yourself sometimes. Or check them sometimes, but it's literally a relationship, and that commitment part, I'm just like, I don't know if I have the capacity for that much.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Portia. Like her saying that I consider y'all sisters, like that's less of a commitment just because the word friend seems heavy. Best friend seems like I have to go above and beyond. And I wonder why that's less of a commitment to you in your mind than saying you're my sister, because I feel like you would still have to give that same level of commitment,
right,
to nurture that relationship as well.
Because when you have a sister, you can't change your family, right?
Oh.
But I chose you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I
Right.
chose you as my family. As a best friend, this is something we have developed. And I feel like when you say friend or a close friend,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you have ups and downs. It's something that meshed together, right? And y'all did choose each other, but when you actually put a title of a family on someone, there's a different flow of love, right? You love your best friends, but there is like a semi unconditional, I'm about to do whatever, whenever, however, for this person. I don't care, whatever. If we had a best friend, I feel like, best friends can be thrown away. Close friends can be thrown away.
Okay.
But when you have a sister, there is a different sacrifice that you're willing to make because you made a choice to bring them as your family. And that's different for me because I don't have a lot of family, right? So if I bring you in my circle, that means you're around my village. And so I have a safeness there. Sometimes people are not always safe with best friends and close friends.
Yikes. So that bears the
Look,
difference.
hey.
Best friend. Is that really your best friend? Or did you mislabel them? Did you put them in the wrong category?
Yeah.
Did you advance them before it was time? Like what made them to you feel like that was your best friend because y'all always hang out? It's more to it than that. Because you can hang out with snakes all day. They'll still try to bite you.
I feel like we need to end this episode right now. Everything I thought was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't mess with none of you hoes.
For real.
Golly, that was an unexpected turn, but also I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's move to the next lesson. Shit.
Right. That was a lot.
Right. We need to like really think on that. But it's so true that you can't just throw your family away no matter what. Like they're still always going to be your family. And best friends definitely can be thrown away because I was one.
I was one too. And when I look back over my life of friendships of whom I deem to be my best friends, none of them today are my best friends except for two, and they both men, child. But all the rest of
Because
them,
women be messy, man.
yeah, and it'd be like different motives, or like I said, people categorize. They may tell you in your face that, yeah, you're my best friend, but all along they have categorized you as something different. You know what I'm saying? Like it be open up to you. This is how they really feel. Okay, not just being la la land like.
Yes, that was me. I was like, skip to Malou. And
Right.
she was like, she all right.
That part. That part. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
I have a question.
Yeah, girl.
So sometimes you can be in a friendship and you call that person a friend, but they didn't call you a friend and you don't know. Do we check in with our friends on our levels where we are?
We should, but I don't think we do often enough.
Mm-mm. We definitely don't often enough. I think we just assume. I think we
because
just.
If I feel this way, you must feel this way.
Right. And then you acting that way, and this is how we end up in situationships too, goddammit, because we get confused by the actions.
Let me get my damn drink.
Right.
And how people showing up and all alone, they like, no.
I just thought we was cool.
I thought we was cool. We were just
and then you
enjoying
gotta also think of the reason why people want to be your friend too.
Woo! That part.
Say more words.
Yes.
I mean, you have some people that want to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be near your husband. They want to drive cars. I mean, let's talk about it. They want to sing that soprano part you sing at church.
Chad, let me get my blanket.
I'm just saying. There's really layers to this.
What are the motives?
They want to be you.
They want to infiltrate your life.
Yep.
Single black female.
Exactly.
I don't know. But it's.
But I think also too, because I've been hearing this a lot, like as I started getting older, you know, people consider their friendships in years and in time instead of in quality. And I think that people end up being stuck in friendships, in situationships, and relationships far longer than they should be, just because they're loyal, not recognizing when those friendships, situationships, romantic relationships, when they have truly run their course. We may have been well matched in grade school, but here we are in our 40s and we no longer have like interests. We're not like minded anymore. And a lot of times we don't have those conversations, as you just pointed out, Sky. We don't really talk about that. And so we end up hurting each other.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, this is not working for me anymore. What about you? Yeah, let's just be cool. But instead, you end up doing something horrible to each other or hurtful to each other. And it didn't need to be that way.
For sure.
And what you said, Tam, is so correct. We put so much money on, put so much focus on the quantity and not the quality. Mm-hmm. People be like, "Oh, I've been married 25 years, but 7 only been happy." What we doing?
Yeah.
Like, or none of them been happy.
Or none of them been happy, but you just want to be able to say, I've been for this long, you know. Girl, it's going to be some people mad at us at the end of this daggone episode. They're going to have to reevaluate their friendships and be like, I don't like her no more, or I'm not really cool with him anymore. And they might have to start ending these toxic connections that they have because they just been counting the years and not really the quality of this friendship. If that's you, okay.
I mean, there's a lot of trauma bonding friendships going on.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, for sure. And once one person heals or starts their healing journey and they try to pull along the other person want to stay stagnant, and it gets worse. And we yet and still hold on to these relationships because of the time we have invested. No, just because you have invested time doesn't mean that you should hold on.
And also, you're looking at what they could potentially be if they just get the help they need. When they damn ain't getting the help they need.
They're not doing it, and they don't want to do it. And your eyes become clearer every day that, oh, you really aren't my friend. In no category, you have never been my friend. And that hurts.
Still won't speak it though. So why is that? Like, if you have you been in a situation with a friend that you knew that this was no longer serving you, but you still stayed in it because you thought potentially they could get better, it could get better, we could get better. Why do we do that?
I mean, like I say all the time, people yearn for connection. And once you try to sever a connection that you have been working so hard at having, it's like, what? It's a shock to the system. And nobody wants to experience that. So we want to do whatever we can to give it a lifeline, to hold on just a little while longer. And one day they going to see how great of a friend I am. And one day they going to see, but they not.
They're not.
They're not.
Or they already do know you're a great friend, but because they are in a toxic space themselves, they can't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. They can't put their all into it because they are operating in a very unhealed space. This is why we got to get healed, people, because we're doing ourselves a disservice and the people that we claim to love a disservice because we won't heal.
Yep. Won't do the work.
So at this stage in your lives, how long? Is there a time limit that you're going to give somebody to get their shit together, or at least act like they're going to get their shit together before you be like, I got to cut this off to protect myself?
My drop and block me friendship game is real quick. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm working on it though.
I'm feeling like I'm out of the loop on what's happening here, but okay.
No, I'm not a person. I have too much other stuff going on that if it's too much energy and I don't have the capacity, it's not for me. I feel like, especially getting to know somebody in the beginning of a friendship should be kind of easy. Should it be a flow because something brought us together, right? And I know obstacle happens. There's hills and valleys in all relationships.
Yeah.
But when the valley is so low that you're low on my energy and it's for a long period of time and there's no resolve and you're not listening, when I'm empty, I'm empty.
I mean, if you don't have anything else to give, then you simply don't have anything else to give. And that's like self-preservation 101, right? You got to take care of yourself. We done talked about this on, I think, every episode so far, that when you are on a plane, they tell you to put your mask on before you put on the mask for someone else. Protect yourself first. Because if you have nothing else to give, how are you still caring for someone else? It's impossible. You can be dead. Let me say, I talk about this on work sites as well. You at work, working day and night. You drop dead on that job, they gonna step over your body, call HR, and be like, send me the resumes of the last 10 people that applied for her position, as the paramedics are wheeling your ass up out of there. Like, just like that. Right. They not gonna be like, well, we're gonna cover up her chair. No one can sit there. They ain't gonna do that. They be like, they gonna call in the cleaning crew, clean this mess up, and let's move on, because the business got to keep going.
Not the mess.
Take care of yourself. What, Sky?
He was like, the mess, clean the mess up. It's a whole dead body, man. Wait a minute.
Get it out of here. Get it out of here. It gotta go because the business got to go on.
What was the question again you asked me?
The question was, is there a time limit how long you will give someone that is toxic or unhealed, that's bringing down the friendship? Like, how long do you give them to get right before you be like, throw your hands up, it's nothing else I could do here?
For me, personally, I suffer from super save a hole syndrome. So
Oh shit.
it takes a lot for me to get there. But no, even within that, because, and this is how I put my level across the board, regardless of the relationship. Long as you're doing the work, I'm gonna ride with you. It's like I recognize you're a work in progress. I am also a work in progress. I don't
Okay.
get it right every time. I'm not on no expert level or nothing like that. Like, I still go to my default setting. I have to give you grace
Mhm.
and meet you where you are, because I will want the same in exchange. Now, I just am at that level of understanding for myself. And even if somebody is depleting my energy and all that type of stuff, I also know what to do to replenish my energy. So it's not, I don't think I have a time frame just yet. But the determining factor is your work ethic. And if I don't see you working or feel that you're working towards the goal of healing, then I'm out. But if I see you working, and even if it's just a tiny stride, because it's taken me a minute to get to some points in my healing journey. But if I just see a little glimmer of hope, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna ride through this with you.
You so
And that's,
nice, Portia. That's so nice.
I don't think it's nice. I'm not trying to be nice.
What are you trying to be?
You trying to be like Jesus.
Oh God.
You're so ignorant.
Pastor P.
Well,
Maybe. I
there's
don't know.
something to be said about being like Jesus.
Being Christ-like. I don't know. I don't liken it to that, but maybe that is what it is. I don't know. But I'm at a point in my life that I'm willing to give you a chance, long as you're willing to give yourself a chance. And if you're not willing to give yourself a chance, then I ain't got nothing to do with you. And it's just that simple for me. Tam,
What's your timeline, Tam? Because you was cussing me out after day 2 of meeting you. Ooh. You said have a discussion like we on the phone.
Okay, so I wasn't cussing you out on day 2. It might have been day 22, but listen. I have a patience problem overall. I've been honest about that. It's something I've been working on. I have been very transparent that I feel like the Lord even gave me my third child to teach me patience, because my kids, my youngest at the time was 10 years old. There was no reason for me to have another baby. But I feel like the Lord was like, you ain't done yet. I'm still working on you to teach me patience. So I don't always show up as patient as I could. And I know that that's a work in progress. I have made strides, leaps and bounds from where I was just a year ago. But with that being said, I am still a grown ass woman. I don't do juvenile, petty, constant shit. Like, I can't do that. If I see that you're repeating the same habits over and over again, we have a conversation about something and then you go right back and do it again, like that kind of stuff. There's no time limit. If I just keep seeing the same thing and it's not progressing, I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to. I don't want to attach myself to someone that is going to end up hurting me. So there is no time frame. It's just, if I feel like this is not going to be good for me, it doesn't feel good to me, I won't do it. Because I've done that so much in situationships, in friendships, and I'm always expecting people to do me like I do them, and they don't. And then I be wondering why I'm over here boo-hooing and crying, and they gone on with their life because they never felt about me the way I felt about them. So I cut
Right.
it off quick. I plays no games about me no more.
But that's the thing about you, that now you've built the wall because of all the hurt and the past trauma that you've endured with friendships.
But I don't think it's a wall. It's just that I know my level of tolerance. I don't really think it's a wall. I just
Hmm.
feel like if I know it's not good for me, then why invite it in? I don't think that's a wall. You think that's a wall?
If not a wall, a barrier. It's still a defense mechanism. No,
Yeah, possibly.
because you don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to be in that predicament again. And I
I
get it.
don't. I
I get
don't. But and that's what I'm saying. Like, if early on in a friendship, or especially early on in a friendship,
it. Hmm.
I might be a lot more patient with somebody that I have history with, or you've been good to me, and now you're going through something in your life, and it's causing you to act out. Then I
Hmm.
might be more patient with you. But if we're developing something new and you acting out, I'm not going into things putting blinders on. Oh well, it'll get better. I'm not doing that, and
Hmm.
I'm not qualified to heal people.
Hmm.
So I don't want to go into something where I know you need healing in this area, and I'm like, oh, it'll get better, because if it's not getting better, I'm not qualified to help you with it. I also don't want to be the punching bag while you're going through it. If that's a barrier, I gotta take care of me, because I know I love really hard. I know I'm a dope ass friend, and if I feel like you not bringing something that deserves my love, then why should I give it? I can just pray for you from a distance and be like, I wish you well, and really mean that. Like, really, I really mean it. I don't wish no harm on you. You just not for me.
Right.
And I think everyone has different requirements for their friendships, right?
Mhm.
Some people will allow more than others.
Mhm.
And I think that's just a preference. It's a personal preference.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like a defense. I would like to call it like a safety net. I get it.
Mhm.
It's a
Mhm.
safety net.
Yeah. For sure.
Agreed.
Because I think we've all learned a lot of friendship lessons, and um, it wouldn't be wise of us to repeat the same habits and new friends, because it's a different body. Like, if it's the same type of shit you've been going through, why go through it again just because it's a new body? It's the same shit. Like, that, don't do that. It's not good for you. You already know how this story ends.
I will say we talking a lot about maybe like the single black female and negative parts. I will say one benefit of me opening myself to allow friendships last year is
Mhm.
that I was stuck in the stagnant rut of just being a mother
Mm.
and a spouse, right?
Mhm.
That I didn't figure out who I was outside of those realms, but my friendships that I have developed have brought me out of that to discover, like, hey, I do like this. Like,
Mhm.
oh, she do this, I want to do that too. Or it gave me another perspective of,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Not this is what the kids like and don't like, and this is what he likes or don't like. It
Mhm.
gives you an outlet. It gives you
Right.
some type of commonality, some type of shared of information, whether it be your happiest moments or your saddest moments or your frustrated moments. There's so
Mhm.
many benefits to friendships that I think I lost out on for all those years of not having friends.
That's important, because sometimes you get stuck in doing your routine. You might not even really know what it is that you do like, because you're only doing what everybody else needs or wants, their desires.
Yep.
Sometimes you get so lost in that you don't even know what you like. Like, if somebody really asked you, what do you like to do? You be like, take care of the kids. Like,
And that's what happened with Portia. And I remember it was around September last year. And Portia just called me and she was just like, hey, what do you like? And I was like, I like to help people and I like to do stuff for my kids. She was like, no, but what do you like? I was like, I don't know. I don't do nothing. I just do what I do. And then it made me really think. And I had to sit back and journal, like, what do I like? Because I had been in these other titles outside of Sky for so long. You know, so I was able to be Sky. I was able to kiki and laugh and have people that can relate. And I'm like, oh shoot, they going through the same thing I'm going through. Whether it was going to the grocery store and the prices were high, or whether it was this new thing put on your feet to make your feet look pretty. I didn't have those discussions before.
That's a benefit that I guess I never considered, because I have a large group of friends, right? I'm always kind of out and about, and I do know like what I like. My kids are grown, so I've been able to just be outside if I wanted to be for a long time. But of course, like I said, as the last couple of years have gone by, I've lost some of my closest friends, and I started realizing, like, if they could just like never call me again, was we really that close? And I'm sure, because this is not a blame game, because I'm sure they may be saying the exact same thing of me, right? We both stopped calling, but to do that after you've been friends for so long and shared so much, then maybe perhaps it was not what either of us really thought it was. Or maybe we're both just stubborn. I don't know which. But either way, I'm cool on that, because if you're that stubborn that you can't ever check for me, that ain't a friendship I'm interested in developing either. Like, I don't want to be the one always looking, checking for my friends. Like, at what point are you going to be like, you know what, I ain't heard from Tam in like a couple of days. Let me see if she's good. Like, if it's just a text, you good over there? Because ain't nobody heard from you. Because I'm old. Something could be wrong. I could have failed at any steps and can't get up.
God forbid, Lord Jesus.
Med alert.
I'm telling you.
Is it time for me to get one of them bracelets already?
Oh God, no.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. Anyway.
But yeah, that's real. That's real. And I don't know. Maybe it is the Pastor P and me. I want to treat people the way I want to be treated. And I know I don't always get it right. And I know I sometimes. And I know I don't be as present, or I don't do the things that I need to do in moments all the time. So I just want somebody to treat me the way that I would want to be treated for my flaws and all. And I'm not saying that you should be anybody's doormat or anything like that, for sure. Absolutely not. I think it's something to be said about when you're secure in where you are at that moment, and you can recognize your capacity and recognize, okay, this is a bit too much for me. I can barely, stand my own shit, and I gotta take on your shit too. It's enough. It's too much. I think that's important out of all of this, when we are trying to be friends to somebody, that we recognize what we can be for ourselves first and foremost, for sure. And if you can't even manage yourself, how can you manage another person's space and time and whatever? You ain't even got nothing set in stone for yourself to heal, and you trying to help somebody else heal. It don't make sense. The math ain't mathing on that. So, I mean, I get that. But, I have also severed relationships and friendships and things like that weren't serving me any longer. And I can tell when that time has come too. And that will be another point that I'll be like, you know what? It's nothing else to be done here for me or for me to receive. So here we are. And that's
Here
that.
we are. And that's that.
I have one more question. Y'all know I'll be full of questions.
Go ahead, girl. Ask your question.
Do you think all of those or any of those can be seasonal friendships? Because I know Tam said, you outgrow people, and or this person didn't call me back, and there's a such thing as seasonal friendships, seasonal peers, seasonal,
Absolutely. And with that, it's like, the saying, people come in your life for a season, a reason, whatever. It could be a point in your life that you need a certain someone, and then that's when they come into your life. And then outgrowing just simply means that need was met, and unfortunately, that happens a lot in relationships. Once the need is met, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate everything you've done,
Absolutely.
but this no longer works because we're different. We're different now. I've I've had romantic relationships that simply, we've outgrown each other. This no longer works. And the same thing with friendships. I believe that, but I think in friendships it's a little more difficult because this is the person that you done told a whole lot of your innermost secrets. You've shared a lot, laughter, cries, like all the things. And so you're thinking, when you're building this relationship and this rapport with this person, that it's going to always be. And so when it's coming to an end, you're not in that moment thinking, oh well, this relationship has served its purpose. You're thinking, oh my god, I'm losing a part of me. Like,
Yes.
I this is like losing a limb, you know what I'm saying? And so in
Yes.
the beginning, it is very painful until you really sit with the thing and start realizing we wasn't really jiving in the end, and the conversations was awkward. We had nothing to talk. Like, you weren't thinking about that when it was happening,
Right. Right.
but and when
Right.
you really have time to sit with it after you shed your tears or whatever, you mourn the relationship. You're not even mad anymore because it's kind of like, I learned a lot from that. And when we were great together, we were great together, but at that time is not now.
Right. It's so important for us to acknowledge and accept
Mhm.
and recognize, become aware of, like we've been saying on our healing journey, Tam.
Mhm.
You can't get caught up in what used to be. Oh, we
Mhm.
used to be like this and that or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you said earlier, we grow and we change, we evolve. And if a person is not meeting you in this new space
Mhm.
that you're now operating in, then you have to let it go. I mean, that was the one of the main reasons why I left my marriage, because the person didn't want to grow. They wanted to stay
Mhm.
stagnant. They told me explicitly. And I still was like, no, I want to, come on, just drink the Kool-Aid. Just drink it. No.
The
They
Kool-Aid.
said no.
He said, I don't want the damn Kool-Aid, okay?
I
I'm
don't want
drinking
it.
wine and Red
I
Bull.
don't want the Kool-Aid. Leave me alone. You have to accept people for where they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can't hold them to their faults and stuff. We have to let them go. And that's okay. And they may have made it to the stage of best friend. But guess what? They no longer are nothing. They are a memory. I remember when. And
I
that's where it
remember,
is. And that's okay.
and that's okay. That's okay, but we have to learn to be okay. And I think that's what this really is all about, And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not an episode about how to mend a broken friendship. This is really an episode about learning where to place people so that you can escape some of this hurt that you're experiencing because you didn't place them properly to begin with. But
That's
also learning how to be a friend and learning how to let go when someone wants you to let them go. Because these people sometimes be fighting you tooth and nail to get the hell away from your ass, and you be
yep.
holding on for dear life. You be having a kung
Don't
fu
leave me.
grip on their ass, and
Don't go.
yes, they
Please.
is punching you, kicking you, biting and scratching, and you
Oh,
like,
hurt.
if I just hold on long enough, they'll give in. No, they're not gonna give in. What you're gonna do is suffocate them, and then the friendship's still gonna die.
That part. Let them go. And we like to say this amongst ourselves. If it was our kids that were dealing with a situation like that, we would give them the advice to, that ain't your friend.
For sure.
That ain't your acquaintance. That ain't nothing. Let them go. Release them. You'll
to the
find
wild.
better.
Release them to the wild. We just said that the other night on your live.
Yeah. But with us, we be like, no, I just can't. I can't see.
They need me. They don't need your ass. If they needed you, they'll let you know. They don't need you.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah, and not to spend all of our time talking about the bad side of things. It is a good thing to sometimes release people. It is something positive that can come out of that. A lot of things can come out of it because if you release them, they may realize that they don't want to lose the friendship and they may do some work and show up better. And the friendship could be rekindled or revived, right? Or they can move on and become a better friend in another situation because they've learned a valuable lesson because they lost what could have potentially been a great friend, right? You get to escape heartache and the scars that is going to come along with staying in something that is not good for you. So it could be something very positive in releasing someone. That doesn't mean it has to be over. It just means right now this is not working. I know people that have gotten remarried. Ask my cousin, crazy ass. Shit, they done divorced and remarried, and now they over there happily ever after and shit. But she had to release his ass because he wasn't acting right.
Release.
Came back, he was like, I want to act right now. And now his ass still probably acting right. That's not the point. The point is no, yes, I'm just kidding. Jokes. I love you, cuz. Listen,
we love you, cuz.
No, but the point is that sometimes relationships break up and come back together once a person realizes how badly they're messing up. But if I know I can keep doing the same shit to you over and over and over again and there's no repercussions, I'm just keep on doing the shit. Not me, myself. I'm just talking about in general. You know, that because you teach people how to treat you.
Yep, every time.
Anyway, lesson number 1 in the friendship lessons is the numbers shrink as you progress through the stages. As you move from stage to stage, the pool of available candidates gets increasingly smaller. For instance, you could be in a room of 100 acquaintances, but you'll only really enjoy the company of a percentage of them to move into the peer friend stage. This is completely natural and okay. It's okay.
Okay. For real.
Okay.
I have a cousin. She's my mom figure. She has a lot of friends from high school. That played college with. And she's had these friends through all the years. You know, she's lived in Greenland and Dubai, and they lived in New York, and she still had these friends. She's having a 60th birthday party this Saturday, and all those people are coming. Then I have another cousin, her daughter, who doesn't have a lot of friends at all. Never did. Some people are just not meant to have a lot of friends, and there's some people that just have those friends. And sometimes I look and I'm like, dang, she had all these friends for all these years, and that shit awesome, you know, trips and memories. But then I think about sometimes all the arguments, and somebody walked out of Atlantic City one time because they had this big blowout, and I'm just like, I'd rather keep my circle small. But I say all that to say, some people have a lot, some people don't. Some people need a lot, some people won't. Portia wants to make the whole world her friend. You know, I just need 3. I mean, we're here.
Was that shot fired? I don't understand.
Oh, good.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. Okay, moving right along. Listen, I'm probably like your cousin. I have a lot of friends that I went to school with, and we all still hang out and we tailgate together, and I refer to them as my tailgate friends because shit, we don't talk every day, we don't see each other every day, and we can go the whole off season after football season is over. And I won't see half of them. It's a select few of them that I would still see and be around or talk to, but not all of them. And then football season starts back up. It's like no time or space has been between us in the months that we've not seen each other, spoken, anything. And then we keep connected through other people. Hey, how's so and so doing? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got a person that's their bridge in the group. And
Yeah.
so I shouldn't be labeling them friend, but to me they are my friend. They're my family. If anything happens to any one of them, I'd be laid out somewhere. Trust me, the lives, the podcast, everything will be on pause if anything happened to any one of them. But I don't talk to them. Some of them I never dial their phone number, but I know I could.
Right.
So, in this scenario, maybe they're peer friends, but I don't see it that way. And I know a lot of it has to do with time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is time. I've known most of these people since I was 12 years old. That's a lot of time to love someone, even from a distance.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah. Agreed. Furthermore, then as you get to know your tribe of peer friends better, you'll discover that some don't share your values and some are untrustworthy or they gossip and
Yikes.
some are too busy and just aren't open to the idea of forming deeper friendships. Again, this is perfectly okay. Even among your close friends, tough times will reveal only one or two that stand with you through thick and thin to become a best friend. Okay?
This makes me think, do y'all think that sometimes we end up in friendships with people that may love us, but they just simply don't know how to even be a friend?
I was going to say that earlier, for sure. I think people aren't taught properly what a friend looks like.
Hmm.
And if you're displayed trauma induced behavior, you will pour out trauma induced behavior.
Yeah. Because it might not have nothing to do with the love. The love could actually be there. But I always say that love is a learned behavior. You just do not wake up learning how to love. You might feel it, but feeling it, then it being actionable, is
Mm-hmm.
two very different things. And so you may love me, but you don't know how to show it. And so what you end up doing is things that hurt me constantly, and it may not be your intent, but then is that okay? Do you give them a pass because they just don't know better? Like, if you want to know better, then you work at it, right? Sky, you
Maybe.
want to take this one?
I mean, it's not hard to learn how to be friends. We learn how to be friends in kindergarten. Let's not give that excuse, okay? We learn how to share. We learn how to be compassionate. We learn how to care when Johnny falls off the slide. We know how to be friends. We know how to care for people. I think sometimes people want compassion, not friendship.
Oh shoot, Portia.
I think I agree, but I don't totally agree. And that's okay. Friends agree to
she
disagree.
she does it because she wants to save the world.
No. Super Sable to say today. But no, only reason why I don't agree because I feel like that's superficial, that's foundational. those instances as far as sharing and, taking turns and all that, that's like basic stuff. How to really be a friend comes with experience. And I believe how you are raised and trained and what you observe from your upbringing really teaches you how to show up as your friend. If you're raised in a house with your mama, she teaches you how to be polite and you're supposed to share and again take turns and say thank you and you're welcome and do things nicely. That's one thing. You also raised by that same mother that be gossiping and talking about their friends as soon as they get off the phone with them or as soon as they walk out the door. So you're seeing two different like contradictory type of things and you like, well, what do you make of this? Well, this is how friends behave because this is how my mama was with her friends. So that's what I think. But my mama also taught me how to be polite. It's one thing to be polite and have foundational or superficial values. It's another thing to have in-depth knowledge and understanding of when you care about somebody and when you love somebody, you treat them a certain type of way. So that means when they walk out that door, I don't talk about them behind their back because whatever I can say behind their back, I can say to their face because I care about you and I'm willing to check you and check in with you. You know what I'm saying? But I think too many times we're put in situations as children that we see things because they're like sponges. We're soaking all of it in. So we think, oh, this is how you be in a relationship. Whether it be romantic, platonic, or whatever, familial, whatever. And there lies the problem if that person is operating in an unhealed place.
This is so funny, but just now I got a text.
Oh God. I'm so scared.
It is on subject, okay?
What that mean? I'm still scared. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
It's of a naked. It's so no. It said.
See, friends share naked pictures with each other of y'all niggas. I mean,
no, we don't.
That we're not gonna F with, to be clear.
Oh, okay. If you send us a dick pic, we gonna share it with the group.
We've seen it.
To be clear, we saw your dick. If you sent it to any of us, we saw it. Okay, listen. It says, no matter how lonely you feel, avoid associating with toxic people. No matter what. Don't be with them toxic people, P, just because you want to save the hoes.
Well, the problem with that, Tam, I keep saying,
oh God,
I can be toxic too. So you saying I shouldn't have no friends?
No. If you can recognize, wait, hold on. Let's be clear. If you can recognize your toxicity, and I can say to you, "Hey, Slim, you need to relax. You being real toxic right now. Like this, I don't like how you showing up." And we can have a conversation about it. And you, what? Sorry.
She's talking to me like a DC nigga dude. Hey, Slim, chill out.
Lord,
you doing too much. And you could be like, "Yup, you right. I'm doing too much." But if you will come back and be like, "I'm not doing too much because this is just how I feel," and yeah, no, toxic. See, it's about recognizing your faults, being able to self-regulate and be like, you know what, you're right. I'm probably doing too much. Or even sometimes, I just had to do this the other day. Be like, let me get off the phone real quick because I need to regroup. Because I was feeling myself being mad about something I shouldn't even been mad about.
Right.
I think it's healthy though sometimes. I'll make this personal. Tam and I had some words in volume before, but it was a breaking point in us to getting to really understand each other and really get out what we needed to say and then move on. So sometimes it's not toxic, it's passionate in expression, right? Let's not always, go that way because sometimes things just gel And then sometimes you got to break some walls down. Tam had a wall. I had a wall. We was punching each other wall.
Lord knows y'all was punching each other.
Wait a minute. Wait, not too much.
She be doing too much. See, this is what I'm talking about. Hold on, Slim. You doing too much.
I was like, guys,
people.
Everybody, can we all just get along? Okay? That was me.
Gosh.
And these hoes, I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Super Saiyan. These hoes.
Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, ho.
Right. Hey, ho.
What up, ho?
Right. But that is so real, Sky, because y'all did have walls up that I was able to not see, or not. Them walls were wide open when it came to art, and when me and Tam interaction and me and your interaction, it wasn't like that. But with y'all interaction, it was like, wait a minute. And it happens like that sometimes. And I was going to ask that question, like, do y'all think that you have been or could have been showing up toxic to what Tam said, but you just cleared it up as a friend? But you just cleared it up. Like, sometimes it's not even being toxic. It's just like a defense mechanism, essentially.
Yeah, and even that could possibly be viewed as toxic. But I think when you're in a friendship circle like this one, you guys were building something, you and I were building something, and we know the reason why our relationship, while there was a block, right? It really had nothing to do with me or her. There was a reason. It was a wall, and it wasn't my wall. It wasn't her wall. It was a wall. It was a wall.
It was the presentation.
It was if you present to me a rose on a bed of shit, I'm gonna be like, I don't want that rose. I get the rose over here on the bush. And that is exactly what happened. And so we had to pluck that rose out of the shit and rinse it off and realize that rose was still a rose. A rose is still a rose.
Okay, Rita.
Baby girl, you're still a flower. Okay, anyway, so the point is, it wasn't even really our doing that put us where we were at, but because of that, we both stiffened up and wasn't really able to let our hair down with each other. Watch your face was in the camera. What she was doing? She gets on my nerves.
Well, I don't agree with that fully. I'll say this. I think even if it wasn't presented that way, you still had a wall up and I still had a wall up.
You think?
I know I would have, because I don't have a lot of friends.
Okay.
So for me to come into a group, I'm feeling insecure. I'm the fifth wheel. I'm looking like, hey, they all know each other. So yes, my wall still would have been. And then there's a different energy too. So everything is about energy with me. Mm-hmm. Your energy was just, I had to get to know you. It was different with me and Portia. It was just like day one. It was there. Mm-hmm. I had to do a little bit more work with you, as you did with me. Now, if we wouldn't have taken the time to do that work, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure. I think it was because there was a desire to do the work. For sure. I think you saw something in me. I saw something in you, and I felt like, I don't know why this is not meshing. It feels like it should be meshing, right? And after we had that last hurrah,
if y'all even knew, there was a whole bunch of F's, shit, F's, A's, and yeah. All of this, all of that.
It was it was a lot of that.
A lot of.
Wait a minute, we weren't gonna tell them that part, damn it.
Why you talk too much all the time?
All
Tell it all. Tell it all. Tell it all. They both.
After we got past the what up, then it was like, Mom, sick of this shit. It was because it was time for us to release what we had been holding on to.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we have not had one disagreement since that day. Not one. Not even about shit that we probably could have had a disagreement about. We just had conversations ever since that day. It's not been one bad blood situation, no arguments, no yelling, no screaming. There's been still tears, but it wasn't because of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been, I mean, you know, friends cry, shit.
Yeah.
We cry over good shit and bad shit. We celebrate each other's victories. And so it's been an amazing journey.
It has
I
been
wouldn't
amazing.
change any of it, to be
And I
honest.
think God really orchestrated all of this in this timing. I mean, shoot, Tamlin right down the block. I never seen her at the supermarket by me.
Not
She
a
be around
day.
my way all day.
And as soon as we connected, we seen each other in a damn grocery store.
Exactly. But it was ordained because I know I needed y'all. Well, I didn't know, but I needed y'all in my life at that moment in time. As I think is reciprocated for all of us.
Yeah.
You know? So
because you know it was for such a time as this. You know, we all needed each other. What the hell you grinning for? She getting on my nerves so bad.
What is going on?
I have no idea.
This what y'all do?
She said we all needed it at this time. I said baby.
You said baby? Oh shit.
Oh,
nobody heard me. This is a joke. I'll play all day. I'm sorry, guys.
What up, ho? Listen, it's like, you know, we having a special moment in this home. Maybe.
No,
I couldn't
for
stay
real.
without you.
No. God knew we needed each other at this point in time because he like orchestrated us coming across each other's path. This wasn't by happenstance. It was like, okay, let me pull this one. Okay, this at this time. Okay, you come in at this time. Like he did his thing, and little did we know that all of that would lead us to this point in our relationships with each other, but not just our relationships with each other, but our relationships outside of each other. You know, we didn't know that we needed somebody to pour into us, to help us open our eyes, to change the lenses on the glasses that we already were looking at life through. It's just been a lot of eye-opening moments, and I fancy myself of having close friends, but y'all definitely have been friends that I did not expect to have necessarily. So, and everything ain't peachy keen all the time. We don't agree all the time. Just because Sam said they don't have arguments or nothing like that, it don't mean that we always agree.
Right.
But we're willing to hear each other and receive each other and talk to each other and have moments with each other and be like, walk away with like, that's my girl. Like, it hits you know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing. That's a blessing because
absolutely
we come this far in life, and to get to that point in your friendships, it's like this is what friendship looks like. This is what a sisterhood looks like. Not that other shit that we may have experienced, child.
Exactly.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
That ain't it. It's a lot of tough lessons learned, but we learned them. We're learning them. If you cease to learn, you stop learning, you cease to grow, right? So then it's over with. Might as well just go ahead and stick a fork in you. So we're going to keep learning lessons.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You never heard that expression?
I did, but I don't want nobody sticking no fork in me right now. Just chill. I'm learning. The hell?
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't believe her. Anywho. So, lesson 2 out of all of this. Just as the soil can't sustain too many plants, people do not have the capacity for unlimited friendships. Relationships take time, effort, and emotional energy. As responsibilities and time demands increase, it's just a matter of fact that some individuals won't be available for a close friendship. Under other circumstances, you might have really hit it off with a certain person, but it's just not going to happen right now. Don't take it personally. And don't get too aggressive trying to befriend them. Keep practicing kindness, but move on and look for other possibilities.
That is such good advice.
Portia,
I love that. I love that.
move on and look for other
Tam,
possibilities.
move on
Captain,
and look for other.
Captain, save a hoe. Move.
Tam be like, I'm moving on. I ain't got time for nobody else. Ma'am, move on to other possibilities.
Oh, so don't just be like, forget it. I'm gonna watch TV. I ain't doing this shit no
Yeah,
more.
both of you. Both of you.
Oh, I'm good.
I don't want to hear that anyway. She's like, I made 2 friends for the whole year. I'm good, girl.
I'm really good.
Peace and blessings. Peace and
Tashi.
Like that's really over my limit for real. For real, I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like I'm not gonna hold y'all. Sometimes in the relationships, I do question like, damn, why I'm friends with them? Why they friends with me? When it's gonna go? When the ball gonna drop? What they gonna do? They gonna do something behind my back. What they probably talking about me? They ain't pick up the phone. Like I'm telling you, those are the insecurities that people do have in friendship. And
that's true, especially in friendship groups. You know, in friendship circles like this, if y'all all y'all conversations are the 3 of you on the phone, and then you like, neither one of these hoes ain't answer the phone. Is they on the phone talking about me? That is a very real thing. But also, I ain't on the phone talking about your child.
I'm just talking to another friend.
If I'm talking about you, it ain't a secret. It ain't like talking about you. We're talking about situations that we all are privy to. It's not a secret. Like, we're not revealing those secrets. We ain't like, well, you know, we really don't like that hoe, but we just won't keep her around. Like, we ain't doing that. Child 50. I'm tired. I don't have time for that shit.
I'm talking about my man. Like, what are we talking about?
Y'all better not box you in your mouth.
Damn. I went out. Okay. Stranger danger.
Just to be clear, Sky is from New York. And that's what they do in New York. They box your mouth. And I don't know what that means. But
I don't either.
There's so many ways the mouth can be boxed.
Is this for another episode?
Just a friendship episode. We're having a girlfriend talk.
What's boxing your mouth?
Box your mouth.
Like, you know, your mother pop you in your mouth?
That's okay. That's boxing your mouth. Okay, you said it's many ways though. What other ways?
I mean, there's other things that can box your mouth.
You can put my box in your mouth.
I mean, the people want to know.
I mean, your hand can be boxed in your mouth. Put somebody's box in your mouth. Your mouth can be on somebody's thing that needs to go in the box. I mean, you know.
Other things.
Lesson number 3. Some friendships don't last forever. Shit. Just as a plant does not live forever, friendships don't always last. Life happens. People move away, illnesses and accidents disrupt lifestyles. Serious dating relationships shift priorities with your other friends, etc. And misunderstandings betray trust. Listen, don't be thinking you could sleep with your friend man and y'all won't be able to work it out. And foolish decisions can hamper.
I'll really box your mouth and box your box and everything else. Don't play with me.
Some things is just off limit.
Oh my God. Sometimes in the providence of God, you'll have a friend for a specific purpose or season in your life. When that season is over, the friendship may go on the back burner. And that's okay too. You don't have to try to keep it going at the same level in perpetuity. Just make sure you both communicate that and set proper expectations. Listen, how did I know that this was coming? I didn't know it. But it's true.
It's real. It's real. It's real. Sky, do you have anything to say?
Well, remember when I brought up the thing about checking in? That's when you check in, right?
Yeah.
Because you never want a one-sided friendship. Because that's when feelings get hurt. When you don't check in, you're not communicating. In any relationship, you have to communicate. And so if you're not communicating, that's when feelings get hurt. That's when resentment and thoughts that probably are not true come in, and then you ruin something that could have been ended so beautifully.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For sure.
I agree with that. I got nothing to add because that was right on point.
Because she always on point.
I don't talk too much.
I don't know about all that.
You're right. Anyway, lesson 4. Lesson 4. Not everything was meant to be. Some potential friendships should be avoided. Bad company corrupts good morals. And sometimes the chemistry just isn't there. If you don't have enough common interests, you'll never have a sustainable friendship. It's okay. Just accept it. Repeat after me, okay? Because everything I say is worth repeating.
That's a
I don't need to be close friends with everyone. Again, Portia, come here. I don't need to be close friends with everyone. All right? I hope y'all got that. And in fact, it is a sign of good self-image if you have the confidence to just move on instead of feeling pressured to always fit in and compromise. Okay, that was for me. I feel like this is an attack. I don't know who wrote this. But no, that is real and that is true. Again, longing for connection by any means necessary and outside validation, all of that can speak towards why I am the way that I am. And I'm like, I just want to connect with somebody. I'm open to any, I'm willing for any and everybody. But also, I have definitely been learning how to discern and, weed out those that don't fit what I am and where I am. Okay. So just like I can do it in a romantic relationship, I can do it in my friendships.
Got to do it.
Family ships. It's the same thing.
Listen, this is a segment that we like to call Who All Gonna Be There. Listen, these are relationship stories. Today, we're talking about friendship stories. So, we're going to give our guest the floor. Sky, do you have a story that you like to share with us? A friendship story?
Yeah. And it's kind of sad, but so I had a good friend from New York, and we actually were friends in the womb. Her mother and my mother were best friends. We were best friends in the womb. We grew up together, etc. And then we got older. I went my way, she went her way. And, we would talk off and on. She would come down here to Maryland, visit me. In 2015, I got a phone call that she had a stroke. She hasn't fully recovered still to this day. She's still paralyzed on part of her body. Some of her speech is slurred. And I think I go to see her from time to time, but I don't think I do as I should. But number one, I hate to see her in that position. And number two, I think I have a little bit of survivor's remorse because we had the same growing up. And it's just like, how dare I go up there and be like, hey, girl, and tell her everything that I'm doing. And she's in this position. But I had somebody tell me that's when I should be there more for her because she can't have these experiences and do all these things. So I'm a little conflicted. I don't even know how to restore that back because I've been gone for so long.
Yeah.
And so it's a sad situation. I think that's another reason why I don't do friendships too much because sometimes you can be a bad friend and not even know it.
We just talked about that earlier. Sometimes you love people, but you're not loving them the way they need or even loving them properly. And I would say to you about that is there's no time like the present. The longer you wait, the more difficult it will be to reacclimate yourself to that relationship. And it could be quite possibly that your time as close friends has passed, but that does not negate the love that you shared. And so you're doing yourself a disservice to not check in on your friend. And I think you should do it tomorrow because it's just a phone call. You're on my heart. I've been thinking about you. Life been lifing. You know, I got these kids and I've been doing whatever. And but it's not like I forgot you.
Right.
I miss you much. How's things going? Because just because somebody had a stroke and they're no longer 100% the way that you knew them, their life isn't over. She's still living. So call her tomorrow. I'm gonna find out if you did. And then I'm gonna come to your damn house.
Oh Lord.
Portia, you want to give her any advice?
I think that was perfect. There's no time like the present time. And if it is weighing on your heart, and I know you and how you are about helping people and being there for people, and again, be clear, if you have the capacity, if you got enough oxygen to share, then why not? Don't feel guilty. That ain't nothing but shame type of stuff. Right. It's not, we don't want to give that the power here because she may be missing you just as much as you're missing her.
Yeah.
And
probably is, you know.
Yeah.
Do it for you, do it for the friendship that was, but most certainly just do it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We love you.
I love y'all too.
Period.
Okay.
Next segment is invitation only, which is where we have questions, letters from our viewers, our TAP family, our loved ones who care about us and follow us and support us. And today's question is, what is your greatest fear? Sky, I will give you the floor to answer first since you are our guest.
Oh, y'all just gonna throw it on me like that? My greatest fear. Oh, I gotta be honest.
Yes.
Yes, because that's what we doing. We're gonna be hot.
Okay. Being like my mom.
Damn.
Oh, one thing I could add is that she just wasn't the best mom.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Understandable. But I understand why that is a fear. I get it for sure. Tam, what is your greatest fear?
That I'll never be loved the way I love.
This is getting worse around the moment.
What you wanted to say? Spiders and snakes and stuff? What did you want?
No, but I was just like, damn, that's one of mine too.
That's why we're friends. We have the same fucking fears.
Wait, when I saw this question earlier, before we even got to it, I did think about, okay, I'm going to be, something, I'm going to say my fear of snakes or something like that. Then I was really here thinking about it, like, no, like, what's your greatest fear? Even though I am terrified of snakes, to be clear. But, and don't try me, okay, people? Anyway, but my greatest fear is not fulfilling my purpose. If that makes sense. It's like so much into that I dream it, I see it, I've been told it, I believe it, but will I actually achieve it? That's my greatest fear. Will it ever come to fruition? I don't know. I do know, but also that's a fear within myself. Like, maybe I will never see it. Maybe it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. I don't know. So
she want to be a rapper so bad.
I think that is her purpose, or at least she thinks it is. And the Lord
said, don't want to be a rapper.
She keeps saying that, but yet she keeps trying. I don't know. God bless her. I don't know. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for for tapping in with us today. Thank you so much, Sky, for being with us today. You have been a pleasure. You have popped your podcast cherry. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let us know what things you'd like to hear from us in the future, and if there are any topics you'd like to discuss, etc. You can email us at tandp@theafterpartypod.com to ask all your burning questions and show topics. Be on the lookout for our subscriber-only events. Hey, we're going on a cruise, and we'll be back with another episode in 2 weeks when we'll be discussing overthinking. Lord have mercy. Thank y'all so much for being here with us today. We love you guys so much. Bye.